Alright, what's going on, everyone? This is Very Metal Man, welcoming you back to our Let's Play of Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin Edition. In our last video, we met the Ancient Dragon, we tamed the Ashen Mist Heart. In order to get to the Ancient Dragon, we had to go through Aldius Keep and see all of his horrific experiments. And on top of that, we had to do a couple of quests for Royal Sorcerer Navlan, or rather his alternate personality. In doing so, we got a couple of lore building magic spells to use, and we got some items like his armor set. Along the way, we also took care of any straggling bosses we hadn't actually gotten to up to this point in the game that I really wanted to get out of the way. As a result of that, we basically dealt with every single boss in the game in the main story, except for, well, just a few more. We're pretty much at the end of the main story as of this video. At least I intend to make that the case. Alright. So, first things first. Shaded Ruins. I'm not sure if I want to do this actually. Since I won't be able to use the weapon for a bit, but... Alright. Okay, so we got the Fang key. We are going to be doing now. Yeah, avoid those pools there. Twinkling Titanite. And we use the Fang key on this door to get another fragrant branch of yore and talk to this new merchant we've unlocked.
Thank you for helping me. I am Onifex. I owe you some form of thanks, but have nothing for you at the moment. If it would not trouble you, could you visit my abode just down the way? Thank you. I believe that I can be of assistance if you would visit me at my home.
Right, her home is down in Brightstone Cove, Seldora. Near the lower Brightstone Cave. Alright, yeah, we have to take care of all those along the way. Actually, let me try out the dark arrows we have, because I'm curious what that looks like. Three KO. Okay. Yeah, okay. I never killed Bowman Guthrie here, so we have to deal with him. Ah, okay. Okay. Alright, that takes care of Guthrie. I pressed my Dragon Bone for a trouble. Now in here is where we will see, let's just close that for her, the new blacksmith we've forgotten.
Oh, we meet again, kind traveler. This is my workshop. In your tongue, I believe I would be called a blacksmith. I create all manner of equipment using an ancient technique unique to my people. Normally, I only cater to a very select few. But I have a debt to you. I will craft one thing of your choice. My wares are far from ordinary. I am certain they will please you. I require no payment this time, but you must bring me a wondrous soul. My technique absolutely requires it. I trust you will understand.
Yeah, so Weaponsmith Ornifex is the second hidden blacksmith in this game, and for a good reason. What she'll do for you is trade boss souls for high-quality weapons and shields. For example, we can get the Thorn the Great Sword by using the Looking Glass Knight soul, or we can get the King's Mirror for the same soul. Now, as a favor for you, after you rescue her, she'll trade you one of these weapons for free, one time only. So if you're only interested in getting her soul for one weapon, choose wisely. What we're going to do is get the Sacred Chime Hammer, because I've heard it's, if you want a dark, focused, blunt damage weapon, this is the best of its class.
Come back again if you find another soul.
She's the only place in the game to get the second half of the boss weapon souls that you can't get from Strayed. And of course, it's annoying that you have to kill all of the riffraff down here every time you want to use her. So again, think wisely about where you exactly want to go with this before you actually get around to, you know, traveling down to get Orm Smith's weapon advice. I call it advice, but it's not advice. Jesus. All right. All right. The thing is, the Sacred Chime Hammer weighs so much that even if we just equip it as our only weapon, we'll be over encumbered. What I'm gonna do is actually put on the third dragon ring that we have it, and it barely helps. It barely helps. Basically, as far as weight management goes, we're a long way away from being able to use this weapon without any issues. It's going to take us a while to even get around to using it anyway. Let's fight Dragon Bone.
You've been well.
We'll use Chloan's services to buy one Petrified Dragon Bone. Then we'll pop one of the souls here. In order to reinforce our Roaring Halberd to +5. Now it's going to deal the most amount of damage it possibly can.
I'll be around.
Alright. So anyway, next on the agenda, we'll be actually using the King's Ring. So we're going to go to the Forest of Fallen Giants. Yeah, see what happens when you don't focus on the sweet spot damage? A close-up attack from that guy, and I could only knock out almost all of his health. Now can I access the memory of the giants? These things that we saw at the very beginning of the game, you can enter them when you have the Ashen Mist Heart. And yeah, you have a time limit for being in here. If you go over that time limit, you're kicked out and you have to restart your progress.
What are you doing here? You are not one of our soldiers, and I don't take you for a mercenary. Whoever you are, this is no battle to involve yourself in. Whether you are guided by bravery or brashness, this is no place for you. I am Drummond, and the Lord has placed this fort in my hands. Whoever you are, I forgive your trespass, but leave this place immediately. Just mention my name, and no man will challenge your exit. And even if you don't, by now, my men have not the will to resist.
Alright.
Soon, the giants will descend upon this fort. It is revenge for the kingdom's misguided barbarism. The venerable lord built this kingdom to bring prosperity to his subjects. What has transformed him so, I cannot imagine.
So yeah, we learn a bit more about
Long
Vendrick.
ago, the king crossed the seas, pillaged the land of giants, and brought back a prize. It was then that the golems materialized. The giants are no ordinary barbarians. A singular rage burns within their hearts. My father and his father both fought the giants on this very land. The giants have wills of steel. They cannot find it within themselves to forgive the misdeeds of our Lord. Did you see him? That towering monster among them. That is most certainly their king. He will be a thing to topple. Even if I should die trying. My blade may break, my arrows fall wide, but my will shall never be broken. Those who live by the sword will die by it. And I, Drummond, won't go down without drawing mine.
So we learned a lot there. We learned that the reason for this war with the giants is because Vendrick stole from them to make his kingdom. It's also really interesting what he says about the giants and their penchant for forgiveness. Because they cannot forgive Vendrick for his thievery. And they will not. It matches what's been said about the giant's soul here. Will the giant's resentment for the king be pacified in death or only emboldened? Right.
Be gone with you. This fort will soon fall. Be gone before the giants are entirely upon us.
Now we've exhausted all his dialogues, we can finally learn Captain Drummond's gesture. Hurrah. Alright. Yeah, I forgot about this guy showing up out of nowhere. Giants in all shapes and sizes. Oh wait. The astromist has thinned, which means your time is up. Or rather, the tide is running out. Now, what you need to do is find a statue that looks like this. While you're in here. Yeah. So like I said, there's a time limit. And we used up a lot of our time getting lore dialogue from Drummond. Since he's in our way, we have to get rid of him. There's another fire seed for you. Ow. Whoa. Yeah, they will attack you, so don't linger. And what you can see here are the Knights of Avenger fighting giants in very believable environments. Okay. And these are what you're after. The souls of a giant. Soul of a great hero with the torch. Alright, so when you have the soul of a giant, or when you're just ready to leave the area, you just touch this giant here again, and you can leave. Fair warning that doing so will always spawn those, you can really tell how this is a ruin now. This used to be where a fictitious kingdom rested until the giants came and destroyed it. I think up here. I was expecting to find Captain Drummond's armor set, but I guess I can't. Ooh. I was expecting to find Captain Drummond's armor set. Oh well. It's always fun to revisit early game areas with late game equipment. Just to show how powerful you've become. Even with the Black Witch's staff technically having less potential damage in terms of dark damage than a more dedicated staff. You're still one-hit killing. Don't have to worry about the first pursuer. If there's anything I like how the plot kind of feels a little nostalgic when it takes you back to these areas.
Well, we meet again. What are you doing here? Who'd have thought we'd meet in a place like this? Fate just won't let us stay apart, will she? See, the old sword's got your attention. Well, you've a good eye then. That has been in my family for generations. They say it is crafted with moonlight, and we all know what that means. It wards off evil. And I would be trader for all the riches in the world. It's said that no man has ever teased out the sword's true power. But in the right hands.
So we got some more lore about the Blue Moon sword. The fake sword, according to Mage Rolled, remember. From Benhart here. His family's had it for generations, so of course they revere it, especially since it looks exactly like the actual legendary sword it's supposed to be. But it's not. Alright. Let's not waste much time here. Ooh. Oh god, a halberd is terrible for fighting inside a corridor. It's just terrible. Right? Fading Soul. Why not? Oh. Soul for Hero. Actually, I'm not sure what that one's supposed to be doing. Giant. Huh. That one's always so deceptively quick. Alright, now to get to the third gate, we need the King's Ring. And yeah, there's nullification effect still going on, which does amaze me. Yeah, you still need the soldier key to actually get to the gate locked behind here. So if you haven't killed the last giant yet, you will have to. A Forlorn. Okay. Come on, Forlorn. Okay. All right. You can pick up the Grand Lance as soon as you kill the as soon as you kill the last giant. You'll need heavy stat investment in order to use it, but I assure you, this is actually a late game weapon. It doesn't start dropping until you get to those mammoth guardians all the way in Dranklake Castle for a reason. It really puts hurt on people. Let me see here. There we go. Right. And here's the hidden bonfire of this area. And that cyanide doesn't respond because you're not supposed to come back here. If you've noticed, these giants' memories relate to the corpses of the giants they belong to. You each remember one aspect of the war. Oh! And, you can get Captain Drummond here as a summon if you talk to him. As you see, there's still more fighting on. Don't worry about the riffraff. Those giant heads will all die on their own like that. Oh. Yo. So yeah, this is the Giant Lord, the leader of the giant army, and Vendrick's mortal enemy. And now he's done. We have the Giant's Kingship, one last Fire Seed, and all those souls. Why not? Soul of Giant Lord. There we go. Alright, now that we have the Giant's kinship, we can access the Throne of Want. And by doing that, we access the very last level of the game. But we're not going to be doing that yet. There's still a lot to do. And it'll be a dreadfully short video otherwise.
Bearer of until.
Okay. So, let's check out the soul descriptions of the Giant Lord. Yeah, the Giant Lord soul looks exactly like the 4 other Lord souls, like the soul of the Rotten here that we had to get. That denotes its importance to the lore and to the main story. The soul of the Giant Lord who once conquered Drangleic. Vendrick crossed the seas, took prisoner the giants, and brought them back to his castle, clapped in irons. However, after this modest triumph, his countenance could be seen to grow darker with each passing day. Alright. Oh, and these souls. I think... We already used up Vest'al's soul, so I couldn't show you his. Or even his item description. But here's the souls for the Throne Defender and Watcher. Soul of the Throne Defender, the throne of the king is sacred. It required an appropriate guardian. And for the Throne Watcher's soul is, the throne of the king is sacred, it must be observed closely at all times. Notice that their souls look strangely black. That denotes that the soul itself has basically been tainted by the dark. And the recipient of the soul was basically nearly hollowed. Vest'al has the same condition on his soul. We just can't see it because I, at this point, basically just used up his soul for no reason. Not going to be able to use the Sacred Kime Hammer anytime soon. Alright. So, one of the things added to this game, the Scholar First Sin Edition, is one last boss fight that takes place after you beat the final boss. But in order to access it, we have to kill Vendrick. In order to kill Vendrick, we have to also kill... We have to also kill that final boss. You remember the giant hollow Vendrick inside the Undead Crypt? We'll have to eventually kill him if we want to access the true final boss of this game. So before I do that, some preparation will be in order. Like, actually getting around to figuring out how to kill that particular boss. So yeah, there are crystal lizards all over the Dragonary. And picking them up is basically to your benefit if you want to focus on upgrading your materials. Again, Bonfire Skyke here, specifically so you can keep using it to refresh everyone's positions. lots of materials. Flame quartz ring plus 2. Try the zone. I wasn't expecting the flame quartz ring plus 2 this early, but hey, it helps. Now, we have to go back to the Dragon Shrine for quite possibly the hardest part of this process. Quite possibly. And the reason we're going to the Dragon Shrine at all is so we can get the last of these. Yeah, these souls for Giant, they stack. The reason you're getting them is because the resentment they have for Vendrick actually weakens him when you get near him. You see, if you try to fight Vendrick without any Giant Souls, you'll find that he has exactly 32 times as much defense as he ordinarily has. Combine this with his already large HP pool, I can tell you right now, the boss fight with him is not going to be pleasant. But for each soul we have, it cuts his defense in half. So if you have just one soul, he goes down to 16 times defense. If you have 2 souls, that's 8 times defense. 3 souls is 4 times defense, and 4 souls gives him only 2 times defense. So altogether, having 5 souls removes his defense buff completely. These Drake Keepers have some slick moves. And they're a lot better now they have limited stamina. They weren't fun to fight in the original game, but they're a lot better here. Yeah. You might have guessed it by now, but we're going to kill the Ancient Dragon. Because on death, the Ancient Dragon drops one last Giant Soul. We're going to change things up here as well. Going to equip the Flame Quartz Ring plus 3 in order to give ourselves as much fire defense as we possibly can. We're also going to use the Dispelling Ring to give ourselves even more fire defense. Oh my god! Man, that was such a good attempt too. That was such a good attempt. This boss is not easy, but, you know, it's a real boss fight now. It was much worse than the original game, where you just had no way to deal with it. In fact, I think if I'm really unlucky, most of this video will be about fighting the Giant Lord. At least now you can see why I had to buff my fire defense as much as possible. A good chunk of the difficulty is trying to avoid the fire damage. If you can do that, you'll probably be set. And luckily, these guys won't attack you. In the original game, they'd all gangbang you if you know, fought this boss. Wow, that was just me being an idiot. But yeah, the melee strats are the first time I'm actually trying to use melee for this fight. I switched to range in the middle of the fight because I thought that'd be safer, but, you know. Oh, I'm probably going to use up most of my humanity for this fight. Because every HP point counts. Those guys probably have the most health of every one of the Drakekeeper types here. The ones with the Great Hammers. Because they take 4 shots to kill with the Dark Orb. That's why it's a 3. Mind you, I'm not using the Abyss Seal. Holy crap, I did it. Woo! I did that fight entirely melee. Oh. Oh boy. Oh man. Oh god, am I happy. God, I'm happy. Whew. That was the third attempt. Only 3 attempts. God, you have no idea how ridiculous that is. None. Alright, now we've done that. We have all 5 giant souls, so all that's really left for us to do now is deal with Vendrick. We're tackling it from this approach because... Oh, you are gone. Amazing. So are you. That's great. That fishing makes this path the easiest way to get back to Vendrick. Oh, and you. Let's see if we can talk to you, not your back.
What do you recall? You have met the king, have you? Life is never easy, never fair. Even more so on this path you have chosen. May you find your peace one day. Take these with you. You may need them as proof of your visit here.
Alright, you have Agdane set and the Dark Drift Katana now.
In the past, before.
And that's about it. We don't need anything else from him. Even though we still don't have to deal with Vendrick that way, we still want to make this trip pleasant. Which means no Lady of Pyromancers. Alright. One. And that's 2. Alright. So now, it's time to deal with Vendrick. Put him out of his misery. Yeah, as you can see here, we're doing normal boss damage to him. Come over here. Yeah. 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 Okay. Ah. Yeah. That combo right there. You can't tell when Veg is going to do a 1, 2, or 3 / side swipe. And that's more often than not the only way he can actually kill you if you just stick to his blind spot like I have. Vendrick is actually not a hard fight. The hardest thing about him is getting the materials you need to weaken him to nothing. Oh, right. Without any souls, Resonant Soul does melee damage. Oh! Hey, Madar! Nice to see you finally show up. Eredin? Eredin, I think I meant... Oh, yeah. I meant Great Resonant Soul. Resonant Soul will do pittance of damage if you don't have at least 100 souls on your person. You try to use it. That is Eredin. I don't know what you mean there. Are you trying to reply to what I said? Alright, let's try this again. Oh, Eredin from The Witcher. Okay. Come out to the open. Alright. Too close. Ow, okay. Vendrick is arrogant. Okay, now I get what you're saying. Vendrick looks like arrogant to you? Okay. Oh, okay, so it's not that different. Okay. Woo! Okay, got you this time. Yo. Looks like he only goes to the 3-hit combo if he clips you with one of the 2 hits first. And that's it. Oh! My avatar on the stream is Aradin. Yes, okay. Yes, that is Aradin from The Witcher. That's my avatar. You're right about that. You're completely right about that. That is Aradin. Yeah, you probably didn't see him at the end of our previous streams, but that is Vendrick, the king we were looking for the entire playthrough. He was rendered hollowed because he was losing himself to the dark. So what he did was that he took his best knights with him and traveled down here to guard his body and the King's Ring, which is the most important artifact he had. He wanted to protect the King's Ring from his traitorous wife, who was actually after it the whole time. Oh no, not Gwendolyn. The king, Vendrick's wife, Nashandra. Like, Vendrick loved Nashandra, but he suspected that Nashandra had ill intentions for the King's Ring. And while Nashandra did help Vendrick rule Drang Lake and bring it to prosperity, she also wanted the power Vendrick had. Of course, I or Fire Sea. Alright. Gwendolyn's for a different game. Nashandra is one who basically tried to turn Vendrick into a puppet king by stealing his power from him. And when Vendrick figured that out, the only means he had to combat her was to basically protect both the King's Ring and the throne by using his best knights. Nashandra, who looks like the Grim Reaper. Yes, Nashandra does look like the Grim Reaper in her boss form.
there and...
Soul Hole 147. Wow, okay.
There and...
Do you want to play The Witcher 3? I have The Witcher 3, and I've never played it. I've never played it all the way through, so I wouldn't know what to do. Alright, 20 strength. Macduff's Workshop. Do I plan to play it? I don't plan to play The Witcher 3. I mean, I will get around to it, just not soon. There's other RPGs I want to stream first, because I'm more familiar with them. Alright, so let's infuse the Sacred Keimhammer with Dark. Make it a Dark Sacred Keimhammer. Old Man Geralt. Ooh. Oh yeah, Macduff does look like Geralt as an older, thicker man. He does. I do see where you're going with that. Look at that. That's unupgraded. Not the blacksmith. You're just saying that. Okay. Okay, so you don't think Duff looks like Old Man Geralt. Okay. So anyway, the Sacred Keimhammer... Woo! Does that much damage unupgraded. Let me see here. 350. 385. Nice. I mean, it's nice I have it, but... Now we need to get the King's Soul. Not that we need it to unlock the true final boss fight, but we do need it for completion purposes. Punch the bell. Now, we already punched the bell. Your weapon's head looked like a bell. Oh, yeah, it's a Keim. It's supposed to shake and jingle like a bell. Whew. All right. All right. All right. Let's use a flame butterfly. Oh my god! Why did I destroy myself so hard, man? I just completely destroyed myself for no reason. We need to be human in order to get the king's soul. Alright. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is where we need to go. Maps all laid out for us. You know, if you need to have the King's Ring equipped, this is all you need to do. Let me get the Soul of the King. Up here... is the King's Armor. Armor of Vendrick, King of Drangleic. What makes a king? Some say it's the birthright, while others call it destiny. Perhaps it's not important, as long as the king's name serves to unite his people. So yeah, one of the major concepts about this game is just asking what it is you have to do to become a king. Because it's important, because only kings have really linked the fire at this point. Once you do that, you become a Lord of Cinder. But that's Dark Souls 3 lore. What it means to be a king in Dark Souls 2, it's really not that ambiguous. Vendrick is not that good of a person. He did steal his power in order to get where he is. Alright. Let's see. We're still level 148. That's super close to just beating the game outright. Super close. Alright then. Well. Let's go to Castle Drangleic. You get to the castle, you notice that our good old Queen Nashandra has gone. Jesus. Alright. All that's really truly left to do now for the story is to deal with the king. With the queen now. The final boss and the true final boss. We've met all the requirements. Oh, before I forget, there... Oh, hey, it's Shanalot. Spoiler alert.
My journey is already complete. My name is Shanalot. The dragon gave me this name, for I was born with none. I was born of dragons, contrived by men. By ones who would cozen fate herself. They are the ones who created me. But they failed. I did not come out as intended. Fate would not be bested, and men were cursed once again. If you proceed, Nashandra will come after you. Knowing that you will take the throne and link the fire. She covets the first flame and the great soul. Put Nashandra to rest.
Yeah, so major plot drop there. Nashandra is basically the game's true main villain. Curse Bite Ring. Nashandra. So fair warning before you go in. She plotted to use Vendrick to steal the first flame by linking the fire, by getting to the throne room, and by sitting there. Oh, look at this. It's Bradley of the Old Guard. Ain't that something? You can bring Bradley in with you only if you've met the requirements to summon the true final boss. And of course, you still have good old Benhart if you really want to summon him for this boss fight, but we're not going to do either of that. We're just going to get right to it. There she is, waiting for us.
Grave undead. You have proven yourself to me. Now, be one with the dog.
And there's Nashandra. She has high dart resistance, but it's actually a bit of a shame that I died to her, because she's actually, compared to Vendrick and the Ancient Giants, she's very easy. But it's because she's easier than those preceding bosses that's more difficult to deal with her. You know? It's a trick of the mind. We're doing pretty good damage to her with our buffed weapon. Decrease as much as we can. The reason we want to use the Curse Bite Ring is because we just want to make sure that right? So yeah, Nashandra is easier than Vendrick and the Ancient Dragon. So the main difficulty here is just readjusting ourselves to dealing with her. Oh, before the fight starts, she always summons these cursed orbs to infect you with curse during the boss fight. Oh. See, I think my problem there was that I was just too obsessed with being cursed. As long as you have a curse bite ring on, you can still last a bit long. Fucking hit. Alright. Oh, that's right. The Chandra special version of the curse will actually damage your health. That's it for her. Now I have the soul of the Chandra.
Have come and gone. One drowned in poison, another succumbed to flame. Still another slumbers in the realm of ice. Not one of them stood here as you do now. You, conqueror of adversities. Is your answer?
Alright, now, if you kill the Chandra after you kill Vendrick and say yes to all three of Aldia's questions, you get to fight Aldia, Scholar of the First Sin, in the re-release of this game. As you can see, while Aldia is on fire, his physical, the amount of damage he takes, period, is greatly reduced. So you need to wait till the flames go out in order for you to do anything to him. Ooh. Hey, yeah. Woo! that's Aldia, Scholar of the First Sin.
I lost everything, but remained here patiently. The throne will certainly receive you.
Yeah, it's like the grand.
But the question remains.
Yeah, it's like.
What do you want? Tell me. Life,
Well, I just like the.
or something else entirely.
Yeah, this is also unique to the Scholar of the First Sin edition by extension. Originally, you only had one ending after you defeated Nishandra, and that was sitting in the Throne of Want to Link the Fire. But if you lock the requirements to defeat Aldia, Scholar of the First Sin, you get a second ending where you can walk away from the Throne of Want and reject both Vendrick and Aldia's paths. Yeah, we're not going to follow their paths. We're going to find our own way. Determination. The fire will not be linked by us. And that is Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin. Alright, so here's the thing. Aldia has his current form because he found a way to free himself from the curse. But, just like the Emerald Herald says, the soul and the curse are one and the same. He found freedom from the curse, but now he's something so inhuman as to basically not be a thing. He's barely even a thing. And to reflect this, he doesn't drop any souls or his own soul. He doesn't have a soul anymore. He abandoned it in order to escape the curse. It was his way to end the undead curse for himself. Oh, man. Well, yeah, hold on a second. You can't skip to the credits, I think. Not unless you're playing on the New Game Plus. So, it's just... Yeah, the main plot of this game was caused by Vendrick and Aldia's attempts to break the undead curse and free all of Dranklade from it. That's the reason Aldia had his keep, where he performed all his sick experiments. He was experimenting to find a method that could free him from the curse. The method he chose to do was to remove his own soul. That removed him from the curse since he couldn't die anymore. In fact, he's not dead. We just destroyed basically an avatar of his current physical form. That's why he could still talk to us even after we defeated his boss health. man. Oh, and it's obsession with the first sin. Aldia was obsessed with the first sin. He hates it because he believes that the first sin was responsible for creating the undead curse. And as a result, that's why beating him unlocks a separate ending where you can reject linking the fire, because he believes the original sin, the first sin, was at linking the fire at all. So while he does mock you for it, he doesn't begrudge the fact that you're walking. He doesn't mock you. He just... He can't fight the yoke of fate. And the fate is entirely basically just the undead curse. Aldia believes his fate is the curse. He and his brother didn't want to link the fire. They abandoned the first flame entirely. That's why Vendrick went to hide and Hollowed. That's why Aldia opens up the same option to leave the flame and seek a third option to ending the undead curse that he managed to find. There is no path beyond the scope of light, beyond the reach of dark. He says that in reference to the path that he took away from linking the fire. Adding Aldia to this re-release cleared up so much of the lore. It was so much a better option. It was just for the best. And yeah, he actually mentions that Gwyn is the original Lord of Light who banished Dark. So he does directly reference Gwyn. He actually dislikes Gwyn because of Aldia's belief that linking the fire at all was the first sin. But according to a later Dark Souls game, that's not actually what the that's not actual. He's wrong with what the first sin is. It's not the linking of the fire. It's Gwyn's suppression of humanity's natural affinity for the darkness. We only find it out after the fact, though. So while he was on the right track, he was right for the wrong reasons. The first sin is the cause of the undead curse. As to whether or not Vendrick found his own way to end the undead curse, we'll find that out when we get back to Dark Souls 2 in a later date. We're done with the main story, but there's still the DLCs to complete. That being said, I'm not comfortable taking on the DLCs at the current level I have, for a couple of reasons. One, they're not very kind to physical-oriented, they're not very kind to magic-oriented builds. And I like to use hexes for the remainder of the playthrough. So, when I get around to it and I've leveled up some, we'll come back to Dark Souls 2 and take on the 3 DLCs. For now, though, the Let's Play is completed, since there's not much left to do that I would care to do. So the next game I plan to play will be another BioWare title. Really, this game was a much needed break from the type, from the next game, to the type, from the wide open sandbox RPG type that we've played previously on the channel. But now I've had that break, I think I'm ready to go back into that style. So the next video game we're going to be streaming on this channel will be Mass Effect Andromeda. I have to get Andromeda out the way, I feel. So Andromeda's going to take us a while. But it will be Mass Effect Andromeda next. And then when I get back to it, well, the DLC episodes will be uploaded to the playlist for this Let's Play, but they'll be uploaded at a sporadic date. Like, we won't be doing them day after the other day, because they're hard and like I said, I just I want to get back to more story-heavy stuff as well. This is a good break, but I want to get back to some story-heavy stuff. And Dark Souls is like the antithesis to a story-heavy RPG. So, instead of boring you with these credits, now that I've had everything said, everything I want to say, oh, we're basically at the end of the credits. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to tell you, yeah. Shalquar has some more updated dialogue for us. Now that we unlocked the method to taking the Throne of Want. And we didn't get to hear it yet, but I can live with that. I'm pretty sure you can live with not hearing it. So, when I get back to this LP, I'll get back to it, but for now, it's completed. So, as per usual, if you liked today's video, leave a like and subscribe for further content. And I'll catch you all next time on Mass Effect Andromeda. Take care, everyone, and have a good day.